Welcome back, everyone. Bewdu here. New World had just posted this thing on Twitter here. Let me go over to Twitter. They said, should be right here somewhere. Maybe I'll just type in New World. Might be faster here. So they said, although the open beta is over, you can still explore Aeternum. Check out the interactive map and study it well. We'll be quizzing you this week. Not sure if they're going to give out anything. At first, I was like, this is not an interactive map. But then I saw the link, so I clicked it. It takes you to this website for New World. It's actually kind of cool. As it loads, when you move your mouse, the compass will follow your mouse. I thought that's pretty cool. You don't see that often. Ooh, they did music. Alright, it says on the left-hand side, scroll to zoom in the map, click and drag to explore. So let's start off over here with, oh, it zooms in kind of funky. So what? Oh, like as we move the map, it like clears it out of the way. Let's check out before we go into the lands. Let's see if there's anything special out here. They'll probably add to this. This is really cool. They have the language on the bottom. They have pre-order. Was that sun there before? I wonder if this means anything. Yeah, nothing super special here that's obvious, at least. Maybe some of the stuff means something to some people. Let's go over to Cutlass. How far can we scroll in? Oh, there's a point of interest. You discovered salty snail fishery. The crew of the salty albatross made their home here in happier times. Shoot, I'm about to have some happy times here in a week. Or what is it? It's 11 days from now when the game comes out. That's kind of cool that there's a point of interest. Let's go through here. What is this? You discovered Cayo de la Muerte, former legendary haven for sailors. The halls of Stone Skull Fort have been claimed by skullworm pirates, but eternal life means eternal war, and Goldstein, the Equalizer's tyrannical rule, may yet be challenged. Alright, let's go back to the map. What is this place? You discovered Malocchio. Excuse my pronunciations of things, it's probably wrong and probably pretty terrible. The view from the top of the tower is to die for. Probably because you'll fall off and die. Alright, what is this right here? This is really cool. You discovered Elefry Piergo, ever burning with the blue fires of the islands itself. This tower draws survivors in with a deceptive light promising sanctuary. If you saw a place that had a bunch of skulls on it, I don't think you would think it's a sanctuary. Let's check this out. You discovered First Light Hamlet. This is kind of where I'm hoping I start off with when the game launches. Settlements are where players live, congregate, craft, trade, work on town projects, and support their faction through faction missions. Well, anyone who's played knows that. Come on, man. Oh, that's cool. It's like building as it's discovered. You discovered the Watch Tower. Watching the waves as they hit the shore from here is mesmerizing, but beware the drowned. Okay. Citadel First Light shows. Oh, here's a point of interest. You discovered Nyhart's anchorage. I thought that was an R. The bay is well protected from storms, but not from what roams Aeternum. Aeternum. Everyone pronounces it differently. I want to see what most people are saying. Aeternum? Alright, let's check this one out. You discovered Cutlass Keys Hamlet. Settlements are where players live, congregate, craft, trade, work on town projects, and support their faction through faction missions. That would be every town. Where'd these go? Here we go. You discovered Dead Man's Cove, flintlock, pistols, and the smell of gunpowder waft in the wind, and the screams of tortured sailors intrude at night. You discovered the Montour Expedition. Montour set out to discover a new world. He could not be any happier. Alright. What is this right here? This is Cutlass Keys. I didn't really go to Cutlass Keys. Monarch's Bluff is kind of... That was weird. When I discovered that, it made a noise. You discovered Mines de Miquelat. All things erode, but the mines and those who work them are forever. Not when they get crushed by a rock. You discovered Monarch's Bluff's Hamlet. Settlements are where players live, congregate, and do faction quests. That's the same as before. You discovered Undertow Cave. When the dead drag you down, there is no coming up for air. Alright. I'm gonna come back down here so I'm not missing. Oh, it's a different color map over there. You discovered Winswood Hamlet. Settlements are where players live, congregate, craft. Yeah. We've seen that. Alright, welcome to Winswood. Winswood is a lush grassland filled to the brim with natural resources. Take a tour of Winswood. I don't think that's been here before.
Welcome, traveler, to the
quick.
world of Eternum. Your journey here may have been fraught with danger, but you're safe now on solid ground. Join us as we take you on a tour of some of the most important locations in Eternum. Meet some of the inhabitants, both friendly and not so friendly, and advise you on how to put your best foot forward in this strange land.
I just dodged that. Come on now.
Towards the south of Eternum lies Winswood, a lush grassland filled to the brim with natural resources. Whether you're gathering wood for the fire, stone for the smithy, or water for your food, Winswood will provide. Your first port of call in Winswood will be the main settlement. It's a small town situated near the center of the region, with a small river cutting through the middle.
In the beta, this is where I spent most of my time in Winswood.
To the north of the river, you'll find the forge and outfitting stations to craft new melee weapons and clothes. Make sure to check in with Magistrate Kurapati while you're there. She's proud of her settlement, and she'll want to meet any new visitors.
It's not a big deal in the town, but I don't know why they spread out the crafting stations the way they did. They put 2 over by the Syndicate faction leader, and then the other ones are over a bridge on the other side. It just seemed kind of weird to me.
If you need a place to rest your head, make sure to check into the Southern Breeze, Winswood's inn to the south of the town. Innkeeper Suen is happy to take in all travelers. You also have quests from the innkeeper. I don't remember what level it is, but they give you your first bag slot. So make sure to keep an eye out for that quest. So find a tannery on this side of the river, just down from the workshop, where you can craft your own ranged weapons or make some furnishings for your home if you prefer. The peace and tranquility of Winswood Town may be tempting, but adventure awaits beyond its walls. To the north of the town lies the Amrine Temple.
Alright, here we go. This is where you get your Azoth staff. This is where the first dungeon is. First dungeon, I don't think it's too hard if you have a few people with a life staff and you have one of the life staff users as an actual healer. Everything else, there's strategies for, or if you got a tank, just tank and spank.
A mysterious
lot of people are having a hard time with it for some reason.
Surrounded by
if you plug it, you will.
Mysterious stone spheres. There are rumors of great treasure within, but even greater foes guard it. New arrivals to Winswood would be wise to steer clear of this place. Do stop by and say hello to Barkamedes, however. The poor hound seems a mite lonely and would surely benefit from some quality time with a kind traveler. For those less
Barkamedes, man, I gave that guy so many bones. He should be happy already.
Interested in ancient mysteries and are instead looking for a chance to prove their might, the Winswood Fort lies to the northwest of the region. Here is where you will engage in all-out war for Winswood as rival factions battle for control of the land. Those defending the fort will find the main gate heavily fortified with enormous repeater and ballista turrets to cut down your enemies. Be aware of the rear of the fort, however. There are fewer turrets to defend with, and several small entryways for aggressors to slip through, so make sure.
Okay, so I want to pause that because that's a little misleading for newer players. The only way you can use those siege weapons is if you're in the war. So when you go to it just open world, the siege weapons aren't used. Anyone can walk in and out of the keep. You just have to stand on a flag and take it, and then you get some bonuses for the land. Bonuses are nice, but I don't think it's like a huge advantage for anyone if they have it.
Your allies are keeping their eyes on all corners. And watch out for invading forces approaching from the nearby Octan's monolith, as it could spell death to defenders. But, as with all of Eternum, a darkness lurks here.
Oh no!
You'll also find many farmsteads scattered throughout Winswood, but be wary. These farms have long since fallen to soulless creatures known as the Withered. Pay close attention to the regurgitators among their ranks, which will throw poisonous bile at you from a distance. And avoid straying too far to the edges of the territory, where the corrupted are gathering in great numbers. The local wildlife isn't much friendlier. Hunters will find rabbits, elk, and bison roaming the land, which will make for a fine meal. But tawny wolves stalk the forests to the north, while deadly pumas prowl the caves of the south. And neither...
Alright, hold on there. Pumas? Is that how you say it? I've always said pumas.
...take kindly to strangers. And if you want to explore the ancient pastime of angling, be sure to speak with Master Fisher Shields, who can be found casting his line not far from the Winswood settlement. Winswood may be...
So I'm not sure if there's a cap limit on how many quests you can have. I've never actually tested it or ran into it. So I would pick up every quest if possible and then just drop ones as you know you don't need them. But if you know, leave it in the comments for everyone to have that answer.
A space of natural beauty, but it hides many mysteries and dangers. Take heed of our guidance, however, and you should be more than equipped to deal with whatever may stand before you. Whether you're gathering wood for charcoal or animal hides for leather, we'll see you out in the fields of Eternum.
I'll see you in 11 days. Let's do it. Alright, let's get back to the map. Alright, so that was that. I'm not going to click on every single video, so like welcome to Winswood, I just did that one. So we'll go to the red map. What is this one? You discovered the Amaran excavation. Why dig deeper? They asked him again and again. He never offered an answer. Okay, so the red ones must be the dungeons. It's Obelisk. You discovered Shattered Obelisk. Frozen in time, the Shattered Obelisk is a reminder of the ancients' power and a warning to those who would tamper with their monuments. The underworld beneath the barrows of the obelisk beckons to be explored. Alright, let's see what's going on next to that there. You discovered Everfall. Alright, so I think I might skip some of these places because, I mean, most people have done it. Breakwater. You discovered Eternal Pool. The ancient ruins have been overtaken by the eldest of the angry earth. Atop the ruins, a massive tree stretches its branches, zealously guarding the sacred essence within. I believe that is going to be one of the other dungeons. I don't know what level that's at. You discovered the Lazarus instrumentality. Come forth, be learned, thy destiny and honor, and which awaits all servants of oldest ones of four. Okay, I never went to Breakwater, so I don't really know much about this area, but I'm assuming that's a dungeon. You discovered Spire of Melpomene. Sorry, again, my pronunciation's terrible. Here, at the venerated home of the Siren Queen, lies the seat of her empire and the source of her army. Ooh. That's kind of creepy. It's gonna be another dungeon. Let's check out, what is this? The flags are just gonna be simple towns. You discovered Restless Shore Hamlet. Settlements are, yep, everyone knows what settlements are. I wonder if there's anything under this fish. Looks like a baby fish, but if the baby fish is bigger than this town, then I don't want to know what the adult fish is going to look like. Alright. You discovered Endomortes. Facing each direction the ancients saw all. Ancient's going to come. Alright. So, Weaver's Fen, Brightwood. Let's check out the tree. You discovered Azoth Tree, a monument to a coastal victory against corruption in the last great surge. This enchanted forest is the only place on Eternum where Azoth openly blooms. Gotta go check that place out. I've seen pictures, I just have never gone there. Let's see. Anything else? Actually, let me scroll up. Maybe we can go up to like the shadow. Oh, is it gonna end? Oh, I have to work my way up to the Shattered Mountains. Okay. The Great Cleave. You discovered Cleave's Point Outpost. For is it not the point of all outposts to cleave the loneliness away? Loneliness? Why are you so lonely? Alright. Eden Grove. Everyone seemed to like Eden Grove, so I'm gonna go check out Eden Grove. You discovered Garden of Genesis, site of the great sacrifice. This is the birthplace of the Anger Earth. The mysteries contained within draw many unwary adventurers to their doom. I think that dungeon's gonna have a lot of cool like visual items. I don't know about the stats, but the visuals I think are gonna be fantastic. You discovered Last Stand Outpost. Alright. Let's go down here, discover a couple of these, since I have not been to Morningdale. Welcome to Morningdale. Despite the dark, dreary atmosphere, there's plenty of beauty to be found.
They say that only the incredibly brave or incredibly foolish make their home in Morningdale. It's a region where rain is a constant companion, and if sodden boots aren't enough to slow you down, then the wretched creatures that stalk its many ruins will surely hinder you. Yet, in spite of its dank, dark atmosphere, there is beauty to be found here. From the enormous, extravagant statues greeting sailors at new balefires.
Sometimes the corrupted stuff is actually very cool looking, and I don't mind it. But when you have a zone that's just like dirt, and then every once in a while you get some kind of like blanket fort, that is super boring.
To its unique flora and fauna.
Oh, that's cool.
Morningdale hides many of its treasures, and only the dedicated explorers will unearth everything there is to see.
That tower should be powerful. Oh, you can see a tentacle on the left.
Your first stop in the territory will surely be Morningdale Hamlet, a small settlement in the center of the region. Despite
it's in the center. That's great.
The many trials and tribulations the land presents, just ask survivalist Fletcher. The people here have built a home for themselves, with plenty of houses available if you want to start your own life here. Morningdale
I wonder how much it's going to cost to buy every house in the game.
Hamlet is an oasis in a vast region of torment, and you should spend your time in these ruined walls, gathering equipment and preparing yourself for the wilds beyond. There are tools available for those who wish to craft their own gear, or you can check in at the trading post if you've got the coin to spare. Venture south of the hamlet and you'll uncover some of the many ancient ruins that the region is known for. Now flooded by the endless rain, the ruins of Sabra, Masik, and Karaka fascinate explorers and scholars alike. But tread carefully, as ancient guardians will do all.
Oh, I don't know if you noticed that, but as he was walking, the floor was pulsing. Looks like the land is alive.
All they can to preserve and protect these landmarks from interlopers. To the southeast is Morningdale Fort, built on the beach to provide cover from both the land and sea. Any invading factions will need...
Alright, so you can see that gate right there in the middle. You can enter there, and then there's a spot on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and you can just walk in free willy-nilly in the open world. In the war, you would have to take the 3 flags that are on the outside, and then you have to go to the gate. And I think you have to break the gate down. But you can go through any one of the 3.
To
Or all
control
of
this
them.
location, but it won't be easy to take down. There's very little cover on the beaches and a hill to climb without getting cut down by turrets. May the winds
Muskets,
blow
and
in your
bows,
favor.
and fire staffs.
Venture up the eastern beaches to the north of Morningdale and you'll come across New Balefire, an
Oh, this looks sweet. You can see the floor has this like corruption on it that I think was what was pulsing before.
imposing port with extravagant sculptures looking out across the sea. This port of the ancients is now overrun with corrupted, and the stonework has been worn away from combat. So be sure to watch your step, lest you fall into the dark waters below.
We don't want to go
Gildan
into the
seems
dark
to know
waters.
something about this port. Perhaps she can tell you more. You'll also notice ancient towers across the territory, but only the bravest of warriors will want to get within a stone's throw of Scorpius. The corrupted have also made a home
That
for
guy's
themselves
walking like he
here,
owns
and
the
they'll
place.
fight tooth and nail to keep you out. With the ancients and corrupted battling for a stronghold across Morningdale, you're likely to encounter their kind wherever you set foot. But you'll also need to be wary of the bears in the forests and even the boars on the main roads. Each is as furious and deadly as the last.
The boars
It
are
can
nothing.
also be quite hard to
Look at
see
all that
what's
hen.
ahead with the
Who left that
driving
hen?
rain that this region is known for. Keep your eyes keen, and if you must make camp, ensure you've got a roof over your head.
Okay.
So, why venture into this forsaken landscape if all that faces you is death and dirt?
I want all the loot. That's why.
There's also talk of weirdwood trees across this patch of land.
I guess that's
Though
useful
only
too.
expert loggers will know how to harvest the mysterious wood and sap from this particular plant. No matter how you look at it, Morningdale
Only those who chop the most wood will be able to chop that wood.
remains a fascinating area of Eternum to explore. Its ancient ruins and impressive stone structures are as awe-inspiring as they are daunting, and those that have chosen to live here have carved a charming home out of a demanding territory.
Okay.
If you're prepared to fight through the rain and the corrupted,
I am prepared to
perhaps
fight
you
through the
too
rain.
could find a new life
As long
in
as it's not acid
Morningdale.
rain from a bow. Alright. These videos are pretty cool. We'll go back to the map. And we'll head down here. Let's check out one more spot. You discovered Fort Damnation. Old stories say the fort was constructed by a corrupted legion that later vanished into thin air. That's really cool. Alright, let's head over. Where are we at? Let's head over and view the Shattered Mountain. Dun dun dun. That's a little suspicious there. I had seen a map of lands that are this way, but it does show desertish areas here. So there's been talk about the first like main expansion being some kind of a desert expansion. But let's check out the mountain here. You discovered Sviken's stand, an ancient battlefield where the hoarders of corruption overwhelmed General Svinken and his valiant defenders. Now the defeated warriors tirelessly tend the furnaces and weapon forges of Caminus in service of corruption's plague. Probably mispronounced half of that, but I wasn't ready for it. You discovered Mountain Home Outpost. They long to make a new home in the mountains and refuse to give up their dreams. Sounds like some dwarfs. You discovered Ambusti Superior. What darkness has corruption wrought? What evils are yet to be unearthed? Shattered Mountain. Arturnum's dark crown is a vast splintered mountain range awash with corruption. Let's do that video after we finish these. You discovered Mountain Rise Outposts. In the east, there are all things begin. In the east, where all things begin, they built strong fortifications. Let's check out what this thing is up here. Oh, I don't think you can. Oh, yes, you can. You discovered Mike Guard. Taken by corruption, the homes of humanity built on the bones of those even older. have been twisted to malicious purpose. Okay, so let's watch this last one of the Shattered Mountains here.
At the furthest known reaches of Eternum lies Shattered Mountain, the ultimate summit for any adventurer to tackle. Eternum's dark crown is a vast, splintered mountain range, awash with corruption.
So this zone is the level 60 zone, so most people won't get here for, probably say, at least the first 4 days. After 4 days, I think people could be here, like the hardcore players. Hopefully I'm planning to be there.
Heading north from the Great Cleave, travelers can choose to venture through the grey wastes of the Carved Lanks to reach the meager settlement of Mountain Home, or face dangers and almost certain death in the corrupted fortress of Caminus. The Red Fortress is filled with cruel and merciless blood-forged enemies who would rip you in half on sight. These enemies are infused with powerful magic, and only the most seasoned of fighters will be able to best them.
Alright, so these are probably all elite mobs, and this is probably one of the harder areas to go to. But I'm curious how it's going to work out with PvP. I mean, I guess you could walk in, or no, I think this zone is pure PvP. I could be wrong. Hopefully it is.
For those who enter the Shattered Lands from the eastern region of Eden Grove, the first settlement you will come across will be Mountain Rise Outpost. This bare-bones rest stop will provide you a valuable respite from the elements and a chance to brew some much-needed corruption tinctures before heading north into the craggy labyrinth of Shattered Mountain. Northwest of Mountain...
Alright, so it sounds like we will need to have corrupted potions, or we die.
lies the Blighted Wilds.
This is a beautiful
Look out for a body
zone.
of water near the hidden strain to meet...
Okay, so you see this thing here, this little piece of wood. It looks like it's bent over and comes up. Anytime you see one of those, there could be an item on it. Farm that item. It'll be useful later on.
Master Fisherman Bernard, but try not to get eaten by wilted wolves along the way.
Those things are sweet.
Continue north, and you will reach Rotfellow Hovel, a cursed cave, home to some of the foulest beasts in Eternum. Keep your wits about you, as you'll scarcely be able to see a thing in this dark cavern. To the northwest of Mountain Home, you will find the Scorched Mines. Fight your way through Ambusti Inferia to explore the mines and find the terrible secrets buried in their depths.
Wonder if we'll find any dwarfs down there.
Just make sure you have an exit route in mind. Navigating the twisted pathways of this wretched place is easier said than done. Keep heading northwest, and you'll see a burning pyre, signifying the desolate cliffs and the mortal mire that lies beyond.
Also, notice right at the start of this part, there was a crocodile. As you level, kill crocodiles and skin them, there's a crocodile hide that's profitable.
The corruption has taken much of the wildlife in the area, resulting in some ruthless beasts that would strike fear in the heart of the world's most seasoned hunter. Continue north, and you will encounter the Fallen Frontier. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
There was always hope if my group's around.
This vast wasteland is riddled with corruption. This is a great place to hone your battle skills, but don't expect much rest. The corruption here runs long and deep, and you will be hard-pressed to find a suitable camping spot among the carnage. When you are ready for your greatest challenge in Eternum, head to the Murkguard, the crown fortress of Eternum.
I was wondering how to say that. Murkguard.
Now a hellscape of fearsome beasts and murderous corrupted humans. Equip yourself with the best gear you can find and recruit some allies before entering this terrifying frontier.
I noticed how they said corrupted humans. That'd be cool if you didn't use corrupted potions if your character got copied and respawned as a NPC.
The challenge will be immense, but the reward will mark you as one of the finest adventurers Eternum has ever known. If you've traveled this far, then you're surely ready to face whatever trials and tribulations lie ahead. Now, go forth and make your mark on Eternum.
Let's do it, team. Alright. So, now that we've seen Shattered Mountains, we've gone through a lot of the map. We did Eden Grove. We looked at Brightwood. We saw Everfall. Saw some stuff here in Reekwater. Winswood, everyone knows. I didn't go through all of it. Monarch's Bluffs is pretty simple. Cutlass Keys is probably going to be where a lot of people quit the game, just because of where the level is, how many hours you got to put in. But if you can get through this, you'll get to the end game, and it's going to be fantastic. That's all, guys. If you like this, follow the YouTube channel. Hit the like and subscribe. Thumbs up, please. I also am going to be streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bewdu. And I'm on Twitter at twitter.com/BewduBruh. Bruh is spelled BRUH. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you later.